Trying to get back to the hit I know is true. Trying to finish all the shit I got to do. Trying to bring it back to boo. The energy is moving through. Stay with the moment, be complete and make it whole. Develop on it, bring it back, let's fucking go. If you can finish anything you set your mind to, better not be blind to things about to bind you. Cause you could list it, write it down and make it work. But you better show up every goddamn day like Captain Kirk. Capture flirts, hurts, make sausage, bratwurst. Be like your dad and make it squirt. Your dad made you. What will you make of yourself? How weird is it that your dad made you? Your dad made you. Your dad made you, now you walk with clenched fists. Get this, life's lived between lines of to-do lists. I'm analog, getting stiff, flexing incarnation like a hobby anthropologist. Flexing incarnation like a hobby anthropologist. What's up? What's up? What's up? Let's talk about getting shit done. Okay, just got back from Nashville, Tennessee. You ever been there? Travel's back in full effect. Have you noticed that? You've been traveling yet? Speaking of which, this episode is brought to you by Hex. Now, on this trip, I used this camera bag. It's their backloader DSLR backpack. I like it. Lots of organization, one big box, one big camera cube on your back, right? The laptop actually goes on the front here, and there's some good admin pocket stuff up front, so I can get the things that I'm always packing last, my little that guy and my little that guy, you know, hard drive type of thing, in last, so I can be working right up to the flight. You don't have to get in behind these straps or into your gear to get your laptop out, which was nice on the flight. Simple admin pocket here, which is, I lived out of this thing. This is a really capable bag. I just did a video, if you've missed it, on my favorite camera bags. I feature Hex's Ranger DSLR in there. They sent out this one, not too big, in transit. They also make a great DSLR sling. Nice little size for actually fitting a DSLR with a real lens on there, microphone. This is an actual like vlogger possible kit. Has a little tablet spot in the back if you use little tablets. Hex are making pretty damn good gear. Shout out to Hex for sponsoring this video. Okay, let's talk about some getting things done. Working for yourself, is that something you want to do in the world? Working a job and actually really enjoying it? Being able to be effective in the world, right? This is like being able to do side projects, creative side projects, and actually finish them. These are the dreams of my friends. These are the dreams of me. Okay, so here's my current setup. I'm using a Bellroy Folio. Links below support the channel. I got a notebook in here and a simple collection of index cards. I've showed you this in some of the previous videos, and it's developing a little bit. One of the things I love is when I'm done with a card, I just put a mark through it and, you know, gather it together with other cards I've finished. Now, one thing I really love about this is it's easy to just kind of like scribble, scrabble stuff that's good enough for me. It works organically. I can also flip the card over, and I've started putting sort of next actions here on the back of these cards. And I gotta say that it's nice to be able to spread out on the table all the things that I think I have going on right now. Okay, so that's my current setup, all right? Pretty simple. I do like this Bellroy Folio. Great leather. I think, if I remember correctly, they sent this to me a while ago. I think it's kind of spendy, but I haven't found... If you got a folio that you really like, holler in the comments. Being able to lay these out on a table, spread them out, and see what's what. Being able to... And then I've got like a little divider that's like, hey, this is stuff that's coming up later that I still want to have some notes on. This is what I pull out when it's time to do some work about work, right? You know the difference between doing work and doing work about work, right? By the way, my friend Jeff just released a very relevant product to this conversation. It's called Analog, okay? It is a physical card-based to-do system, all right? In each set of cards, you get 3 kinds of cards. Mostly it's today cards, which are you're going to be using every day. Then a next card, and then a someday card, you can see here. Which, by the way, all of this stuff is made nice, thick card stock. It feels good in the hands. There's a desktop card holder and stand that you can use. There's also a felt carrying case. Everything feels really good. And my friend Jeff Goings uses this, it looks like, and it looks quite nice here in his little space. Now, I actually do like these cards quite a bit from a perspective of like making just your list for today. I have been using the regular ass note cards for like having projects individually, because this isn't just a list of tasks. This is like what each project needs to be, some like desired outcomes, some higher level thinking, but extremely brief, so that I can look down and glance at it and go like, oh, that's what that project is. But this analog stuff is quite clean. I like actually the way, there's one, this is from like a couple days ago. I like the way that these cards look clean when you're looking at them, and it's up to you to like write a little bit clean and to not clutter it up. You can see like I needed multiple lines down here and stuff, but it's like you've got these little circles. You can fill in the circle to say like, I've done it, or you can fill it in halfway to be like, I'm a little bit in process on that. And then like you saw at Jeff's house, this can just like stand in here like this. It looks nice on the desk. Now for me, I will use these probably just, I'll keep them around as like a quick like today card, like just from today, and continue to use just regular ass note cards for project management. I'm still liking this. In fact, it keeps getting better. But that is not all that I use to stay productive. Repository responsibility. As I mentioned in one of our videos, I use a tool called Obsidian. Okay, so it's effectively just a note tool. These right here, these are all notes. All of them are notes. But what makes this so good, Command O opens up the quick switcher, so I can just start typing anything in there. That will navigate me around to any file that I need. I can just have a big, gross bin of files, and I can just Command O and type, you know, packed something something. By the way, new stuff coming from Packed pretty soon. That's one thing it does. Another thing it does is called bi-directional linking. So as I'm typing away, I can be like, okay, Hex sponsorship, and I'm just typing notes from a call or from an email with them. I can also just go double bracket, and now all of a sudden I'm typing and it's auto-completing to any file that I've already created. So it's a way for me to link to that thing immediately on the fly. And then when I am at either of those two notes, either the one I was just writing in where I linked to something else, or the one that I linked to, I can look on one of the left pane, the little side pane there, and it's like, hey, here's all the files that reference this file, or all the notes that reference this note. Sounds geeky. Some of you are already getting hot and sweaty because you're nerds. You're way into it. It's not much different than using like an Apple Notes or something like that. Whatever comes built on your phone, right? Now, here's sort of the crux of the matter. Here's what all of this video has been leading up to, from the sexy, what is it? What did I say? Something hobby anthropologist rap song, through the analog cards, through having physical cards for project management. This is a trick that you don't have to have Trello or Asana or something like this. You can work this. Whatever your system is, you're going to have to work it. And my system for developing ideas over time is textual. I like to keep it textual. Okay, because this is a very quick, this is how my mind works. I'm not sketching in a notebook with images. I'm using text, and I'm trying to use as few words as possible, but I'm trying to gather everything I might need so that later on, it's really easy. I've already done that work. The question is, do I find what I need, this note I'm making right now, will I find that 2 weeks from now when I'm like, wasn't I already writing about this thing? That's why the quick switcher in Obsidian works really well for me. And number 2, when I'm writing things out, do I have to like go and find a file and start writing into it? Do I have to like then navigate to something else, or can I just start writing double brackets, this, double brackets, that, right? And be kind of compiling things to a file without even navigating to it. That's nice, number 2. However, number 3, it does not save you, nor will any application save you from the work that's required in the editing and organization phases of life. It's called repository responsibilities.
Repository responsibility.
Capture is so important. If you can quickly open up your phone, get to something, and be typing immediately. This is the Obsidian app, and it's in beta right now. And so I wasn't immediately in it. Let's do that again. I cut my app, I open up Obsidian, I'm immediately typing in my note for today. I can just start blah, 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 blah. I can say, oh, you know what? Double brackets for this video, the to-do for video. I'm gonna start making another list right here. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, and let's go into that file, follow link. I'll go, look at this. Oh, it's mentioned right in this file, my daily note, right there. All of that's epic. What I'm getting at is capture. To be able to open up my phone and immediately be capturing. That's a big deal. I used to use an app called Drafts for that. And then I had files in Drafts, and then files in Evernote or Obsidian or Apple Notes or whatever. I had 2 places. What I'm looking forward to is a time which I'm exploring right now. Just having one place, Obsidian is doing that for me. I am grateful for that. That's the capture thing. Because if you can have any old idea and just grab it, and then have a little bit of trust, or a lot of trust, that you're gonna find it when you need it next. That's what allows your brain to just go like, I'm gonna stop trying to carry everything around. But in order to have a repository that's really usable, you've gotta have repository responsibilities.
Repository responsibility.
You can capture. There does need to be some organization and some editing over time, because I find that ideas develop. We've got a little bit of heat and energy and light about an idea. We're capturing it down. Maybe we walk away from it. We forget all about it. A little while later, we're reminded of it. It's easy to find. We can develop and add more to it. Maybe I go, I'm going to do this shit. That's when I make a card. So it goes from my repository into my card. Sometimes it goes from a card into my repository. Some shit is just cards. Some shit is just repository of knowledge, of insight, of wisdom, prophecies, maybe. You know, but maybe I don't make them all come to fruition, because as Stephen King says, why would I need a notebook to keep around shitty ideas? Which was the inspiration of one of those lines in the rap song earlier, you know, if you could complete anything you set your mind to, what did I say? If you could finish anything you set your mind to, better not be blind to the things that bind you. Have you ever had something on a to-do list that you didn't do, but it actually affected your mental state? Like it just, the whole time it was there, it actually made you feel crummy for not having done it. And then eventually you ended up just not doing it. That's like you write a new to-do list. That happens all the fucking time. That happens all the time. Don't be so hard on yourself for that. Because creative work does require some emotional, what's that? Anti-fragility, right? You gotta be able to push through. You gotta be able to mess up. You gotta be able to stand up and dust yourself off and keep going. And that's why I'm liking this analog version of to-do stuff after being digital my whole life. But to be frank, like, I don't believe in this. And I don't believe in any of the digital stuff either. Because I've just watched every kind of system I've ever done. And I've done lots. Just get kind of old to me. Grow weeds. David Allen called it growing weeds. You know, it would just grow weeds. It just gets, and then you just like resist going in there, and it has all that sticky, yucky, tar-like sort of feeling about it. And you're so good at avoiding shit like that. Okay, repository responsibilities, okay? Hope we're shedding a little light on your life and getting stuff done, because there is so much that becomes possible when we like become effective at having the idea, deciding which idea we're going to take to fruition, and then doing it. That is how we become effective in the world. I hope you're well. Via con Dios. Bye-bye. Support me on Patreon. Check out Instagram. Buymeacoffee.com/Chase Reeves.